If you're planning a wedding or an event, would you budget more for photography or video?
Photography.
All right, why?
My girlfriend said so.
Welcome to another edition of Asking Random Strangers Photography-related questions. Rock and roll. Let's say you're planning a wedding. Would you allocate more of a budget for a photographer or a videographer?
Probably photographer. Videography is like one of those things where it's like, all right, I see things actively happening, but like photography is like you're capturing that moment that will always be still forever. You know what I mean? So having the best quality in that moment is exactly what you need. You feel me? Like you're not gonna sit there and be like, hey, let's watch my wedding video. You're gonna be like, hey, you wanna see my wedding pictures? You know, so it's a big difference.
When you think of cameras, what brand comes to mind first?
Nikon.
Have you ever hired a professional photographer?
Man, a gang of times, man. Like doing art and making clothing, I have to deal with a lot of photographers, videographers. It's something I deal with like probably in a year, maybe like at least 5 times.
Would you budget more for photography or video?
I think probably more photography. Video is like, I don't know, like I'm not trying to like watch a whole video of what I was already doing. Like capturing moments is different.
All right, and you?
Photography, because I'd rather see the memorizing the moments when I see it.
Yeah, for sure.
What would you budget for photography?
I don't know, probably like $1,000 to maybe like $5,000 a wedding. You know, $1,000. You know, for some really really nice pictures.
I'm cheap, so I would probably go like maybe 500.
500?
700.
All right, so you're not getting a photographer.
Yeah, photographer. No.
If you were planning a wedding or an event, would you budget more for photography or video?
Photography.
Okay. Any reason why?
The pictures last long. If you lose a video or it gets erased, then you're in trouble. But you get more, up on the walls, you get more camera and photography.
If you were into photography, what would you shoot subject-wise?
Animals.
Animals? And I'm going to show you some photos here. Who would you trust taking photography advice from? And they're just numbered 1 through 4, so just give me a number.
Probably 4.
Okay, he looks legit?
Yeah.
All right. What's the first camera brand that comes to your mind?
Canon.
Canon? Okay. If you were planning a wedding or an event, would you budget more for photography or video?
Probably photography. Yeah.
Okay, any reason why?
Because they're more universal. People share them quicker, and I just feel like they can last forever.
Have you ever hired a professional photographer in the past?
No, I have not.
All right, I'm gonna show you a series of photos, and just tell me which number you would trust in terms of taking photography advice from. So here they are.
4 or 1.
4 or 1. Any reason why?
They look the most clear. Yeah.
The photos look the most clear. All right. No, you're not wrong. I mean, no, they're all photographers actually.
What? Is there a joke?
No, there's no joke.
Oh.
All 4 of them are on YouTube. They're all photographers / influencers.
Which one looks like the most influencer?
3.
If you were planning an event, like a wedding or an event, what would you budget for a photographer and what would you budget for a videographer?
Probably like $100.
You may get a really good friend to do it for that.
Okay,
but
a really good friend. Yeah.
have you ever hired a professional photographer in the past?
No.
No. All right. After that $100, I was going to say probably not.
Yeah, I know.
Which one of these guys would you trust to take photography advice from?
Just based off of how they look.
Based off of how they look, yeah.
I like how the woman looks.
Okay. So number 1.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any reason why? Just looks?
I think she's pretty.
Okay. All right. So you trust her the most.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good learning experience.
Which one looks most like a salesman?
Oh, number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah, he looks like he went to business school.
When you think of cameras, what's the first brand that comes to your mind?
First brand? Probably like Nokia or Nikon. Like
Nikon.
Yeah, Nikon.
All right. Who would you trust taking photography advice from?
Probably the guy with the glasses.
Guy with glasses. So number 2?
Yeah.
All right. Any reason why?
I don't know. He just looks like he knows what he's doing. He just looks studious. He looks like a photographer.
All right. He actually is. Yeah. Who looks like an influencer instead of a photographer?
Influencer? Maybe this guy. I don't know.
Number 4?
Yeah, I don't know. But the least, probably this one.
Number 3?
Yeah.
All right.
He looks like a businessman.
All right. Just tell me which person you trust taking photography advice from.
Either 2 or 4.
What's the first camera brand that comes to mind?
Canon.
Canon? If you were into photography, what would you shoot? What subject matter?
I would probably shoot my favorite, which would be like outside, environmental, portraiture, things like that. When I was like 15 years old, I started doing photography in the darkroom in high school. And I did pursue it, but I noticed that there are so many, like everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to be a photographer. Then I started seeing iPhoneography is what they call it now. So now I'm studying to be a therapist, but I love photography, I still do it.
Probably got a lot of photographers as clients.
Probably.
All right, and your name?
My name's Parisa.
Parisa?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Huntngton.
too.
Would you budget more for a photographer or a videographer?
Photographer.
Okay, any reason why?
Only because the still photos will last for a long time, and the video, like my wedding was on VHS. How do I play that?
When you think of photography, what's the first camera brand that comes to your mind?
Probably Nikon. Probably Nikon, and whoever makes the Rebel. I used to have one.
Oh, Canon?
Canon.
All right, but Nikon first.
Nikon first.
Did you ever own a Nikon?
No.
Which one of these four, and they're numbered 1 through 4, you would trust to take photography advice from 1 through 4?
I'd have to say number 2.
Number 2? All right, and then who looks like a salesman out of those 4 to you?
Definitely number 3.
Any reason why?
Definitely number 3. Looks like he could stir it up.
Would you buy anything from number 3?
No.
No. All right.
No, probably not. Or number 2 either. Probably.
What about number 1, number 4? Would you buy anything from them?
Number 1, probably not. And number 4, he looks studious. Yeah, probably.
All right, so you buy something from number 4. He looks trustworthy.
Yeah, he looks trustworthy.
When you think of photography, what brand comes to mind first?
Kodak. Yeah, the disposable cameras.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
Polaroid.
Tell me which one of these people you would trust taking photography advice from. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Probably the short-haired guy on the top right, with the glasses.
What's the number?
Number 2.
Number 2? All right, perfect.
4.
Number 4. All right. What's the first camera brand that comes to mind when you think of photography?
Canon.
First brand? Probably like Nikon or Nikon. Like
Nikon.
Yeah, Nikon.
All right, so I see you got a camera with you today. What kind of camera you got?
Lumix, Panasonic.
Professionally or just for fun?
Professionally, yeah.
All right. When you think of photography, what camera comes to your mind first?
Canon.
What would you budget for a photographer and what would you budget for video?
For a wedding, I would say I would budget $5,000. I'd say probably for both, but
For both?
Yeah,
And would you budget more for photography or more for video?
more for video.
More for video. Any reason why?
Probably because of post-production. That was a long time ago. With inflation, no. I think it was somewhere around 2,000. But a good photographer, I'd pay $5,000 to $10,000 for.
And just tell me who you would trust the most to take photography advice from 1 through 4.
1 through 4. Who would I trust? I'm going to go with number 4.
Number 4? All right. And who do you think looks most like a salesman out of these 4?
Ooh, number 3.
Number 3? Any reason why?
He's clean cut, sharp, red tie.
Who's your favorite rock band?
Oh, System of a Down.
Like Killswitch Engage.
Killswitch Engage?
Yeah, for sure. I like Avenged Sevenfold.
Damn. Yeah, come back to me in the next few years. I don't know.
Has to be Kiss.
Kiss?
I don't listen to rock music like that, but if I had to choose one, I love Guns N' Roses.
Pink Floyd.
Probably Radiohead.
It's got to be the Who.
The Who. That's mine too.
Nice. It's got to be the Who.
Did you ever see him in concert?
I did twice.
Leonard Skinner?
Skinner. All right. Wait. You don't know.
Hey, what's good, guys? Vahagan here from Vahography. If you like more rockin' videos like this one, go ahead and check the videos on the screen and subscribe to this channel, Vahography. Rock and roll.